Good morning, Winona Grove. I'm Caitlin.
And I'm Ziva.
And these are your morning announcements for Tuesday, February 10th, 2026. Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
There is advisory tomorrow. Juniors and seniors with 1A open campus need to arrive on time. Advisory starts at 9:50, which is 9 minutes earlier than your 2A class would start on a normal 8A. Please plan accordingly. And now let's head to Studio B.
Hi, I'm Marin. And I'm Lena, and we represent MG Coalition for Test Taking Tuesday. Today's tip is to remember to pace yourself so you can make the most of your time.
This strategy has you breaking down the test into questions and sections so that you know how much time you have on each question or section. Avoid taking too much time so you pace yourself.
When you pace yourself, you can make sure that you finish each section and have time left over to check your answers or go back to tricky questions.
Plan your time, stay steady, and don't get stuck on one question. It'll boost your confidence on test day.
Now back to the desk.
Want to make someone's day legendary? MG choir students are singing telegrams again. Buy them during lunches Monday through Wednesday, and they will be delivered on Thursday, February 12th during 2B and 3B classes. $3 for one song and $5 for two. Surprise a friend or shock a teacher. Don't miss out. These songs will sell fast. Now, let's head back to Studio B.
Happy Dress Up Day, guys. Today's Dress Up Day is MG Spirit.
Don't forget to keep looking for ducks throughout the school. Teachers, remember to count up your Dress Up participants' second hour.
And remember, during lunches, we're selling tattoos to tat a teacher. Now, back to the desk.
Model UN will meet after school in large group study hall on Wednesday for senior recognition and officer elections. If you cannot attend the meeting and plan to be a Model UN next year, you can see an advisor for a ballot starting Wednesday morning.
French Club is meeting Thursday at 3:30 in room 176. Come join us for making French Valentines, snail races, and chocolate.
Attention students, the yearbook staff is looking for photo contributors for the yearbook. We are looking for good quality photos of athletic events, extracurricular activities, candids, dances, etc. The easiest way to get photos to us is by using Yearbook Snap. Information on accessing Yearbook Snap is on our Instagram, in your email, and on the bulletin boards around school. We look forward to potentially featuring your photos. Thanks for your help.
Congratulations to the Monona High School show choirs for an incredible weekend at De Pere High School Invitational. Silver Dimension won Best Visuals and Grand Champs for the Mixed Voice Prep Division. Silver Connection won the Best Vocals and Grand Championships in the Open Division. And Silver Nova's show band was the highest scoring prep in Open Division. What? Want these award-winning performances live? Catch them on the MGHS stage Friday, February 21st at MG's own show choir Invitational Silver Stage.
Skiers and snowboarders, if you are interested in joining us at Devil's Head next Friday, February 20th, please check your email for registration information. Payment and registration is due this Friday. And now let's check out a video regarding school safety.
Good morning, Silver Eagles. Mr. Kling here with Officer Wunsch. And we're going to talk to you in advance of tomorrow's advisory, in which we are going to practice a barricading drill. And this is not something that we have done at Monona Grove High School in a few years. So we would like your undivided attention for the next few minutes as we prepare you for our barricade drill, which again is going to be tomorrow during advisory.
As you all know, we practice the standard crisis response protocol, which entails a classroom hold, building secure, shelter, evacuation, and most importantly, what we're going to be practicing is the lockdown portion of that. What you're going to potentially hear is a sound over the PA or an announcement that's going to notify you that there is a lockdown and you should follow the lockdown procedures, or that there is an active threat and you should follow those procedures, right?
And during one of these drills, as Officer Wunsch said, you'll hear that spoken message that's going to come through your clocks. You'll also see flashing lights. You'll see some scrolling text. This will be very similar to the drill that we did back in November. It will start kind of the same way. If you remember back in November when we did our last lockdown drill practice, we asked these questions of you to consider when you were in your classroom. And these are the same questions that are good to ask if you're doing any kind of a lockdown that involves a barricade. First things that you should do, make sure that you get in a room, make sure that the doors are locked, that the lights are off, and then you want to reduce visibility. So that could be things like closing blinds, it could be covering windows that are in doors or actually windows themselves, staying out of sight, and just making sure that you're in an area of the room that's not visible from the outside. What we're going to practice for this drill is this third question, which is how can I reinforce the space? So that is something that we did not practice back in November, but we are going to be practicing tomorrow in advisory. So Officer Wunsch is going to give you a couple of tips just for actually barricading a space that you're in.
Yeah, one of the keys to obstructing that view from the doorway or that glass window might involve your barricade. So we want to make sure that the door is secured. Any magnets that are in the way would be removed or slid out of the door jamb, because we want to make sure that door is our first line of defense, and it's being secured would act as that. If possible, if you have any computer cables or if teachers have devices that they've created to anchor a doorknob, you could use that to help secure that door, especially if it swings out into the hallway. Again, covering your windows. Then you want to pile as much furniture up in front of the door as you can. So it might be a bookshelf that's close, it might be desks, it might be chairs, or anything in similar nature. We want to try to do this during the drill without damaging any of our classroom materials, because that just creates a bigger problem for the rest of us. What we don't want to do once we barricade is stand in the middle of the doorway. We want to get out of that line of sight from the door and get to what we call our safe corners, as close to those dots that are on the ceiling as we can, so that nobody can visibly see you from the doorway. We also want to remember to remain quiet, make sure our lights are out, and then silence our cell phones if they are not already, and then not answer or not open the door for anybody that might come through. So for our drill purposes, law enforcement will be coming through. They're probably going to knock and announce, and they might try to unlock or open the door. But from that point, you don't need to answer them, you don't need to say anything, and you don't need to open the door. So just remain in your safe space and quietly wait for us to end the drill.
So I want to give you some specifics on the drill that is going to be happening tomorrow. Like I mentioned, it is going to be an advisory. We'll let all students report to their advisory right on time, give a few minutes for everyone to get kind of situated, and then we will start the drill. And as I mentioned, you will hear that recorded message that will be coming through the clocks. You'll see the scrolling text. You'll also see some flashing lights that we're in a lockdown. At that point, then you should begin to barricade. So like we mentioned, making sure the door's locked, making sure that you're making your space less visible from the outside, and then you're actually starting to choose objects to conduct your barricade. Remember that in this drill, evacuation is not an option. We're practicing barricading like we mentioned. And then also want to just let you know a little bit about what's going to happen. As Officer Wunsch said, we're going to have probably between 10 and 15 law enforcement officers that are here to assist in our drill, which is great, from a lot of different agencies. They're going to be with student services and administration, and we're just going to go around the building to do some observations, to learn just from this drill. We're also going to be checking the barricades that you've constructed. So like Officer Wunsch said, you really just need to create your barricade, get out of sight, remain quiet. We check the school, we check our barricades, and then we kind of end the drill. There'll be some questions for you to discuss with your advisory teacher after you get the room set back as it was earlier, just to process, to ask some questions, to give some feedback. Because again, the purpose of the drill is not only to help everyone feel prepared, but it's also for us to learn, right? Just to make sure that if in a real situation, we have the best information possible. At the end of the drill, you'll get the all clear. Like I said, you transition to that discussion with your advisory teacher. and then we'll move on into second hour as planned. So please, if you have any questions or concerns, please see either one of us in our office in the main office. We appreciate your cooperation in the drill. We know that this can be very emotionally trying for a lot of people and can be a little bit scary, but we definitely want to practice so we all feel prepared. With that, thank you for your attention and have a great rest of your day.
Hey Ziva, do you know what my favorite lunch is?
No, what is it?
I love the carnitas bowl. No other lunch compares.
What? No way. Well, guess what, Caitlin?
What?
You could buy something similar to the carnitas bowl on Wednesday, February 11th at Monona Qdoba.
Whoa, no way. What time is that happening?
From 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. And what's even better is that you will be supporting Monona Grove Forensic Speech Team. 25% of your order will go to the group. All you have to do is say that you're there for forensics.
And now to the sports deck.
Sports! Boys hockey plays at Waupun at JV at 5 and varsity at 7. Girls basketball plays against the Forest with JV at 5:45 and varsity at 7:15. Girls hockey plays at Sun Prairie at 6 and gymnastic competes at Wanakee at 6:30. Boys swim team absolutely dominated the water this past weekend. Landry Gersher took home double gold, winning both the 50 and the 100 freestyle. Dominic Puccio claimed first in the 100 breaststroke and second in the 200 IM. Gabe Dici crushed the 500 freestyle for first place, finished and grabbed third with the 200 free. And to top it off, our 200 medley relay team, Gabe Dici, Dominic Puccio, Landry Gersher, and Bon Schweineman powered their way to first place victory. Overall, the team placed third behind Oregon and Wanakee. Way to go, boys swim team. Attention all girls going out for track and field this spring. There will be a short informational meeting in Coach Fritz's room 218 on Thursday, February 12th at 3:40 p.m. Please plan to stay about 10 to 15 minutes. We will hear information about our season, give feedback about apparel designs, and look at our senior banner design options. Hope to see you there, and now back to the desk.
And now for the rest of the news.
Today in the traditional line, we have a crispy baked chicken drumstick with homemade mac and cheese, roasted ratatouille, fresh baby carrots, blueberries, and vanilla wafers.
Happy birthday today to Jocelyn Hastings.
Dreams unfound.